Stop lying to yourself. Your time and money reveal your real priorities.
You know what your priorities are? Hey, welcome back. In this video, today, what you're supposed are, and I do track them. You like this?
You want to get in shape, but then you spend 3 hours a day surfing social media and ordering from DoorDash. If you really want to get in shape and that really was a priority, your behaviors would be different. So here's the reality check. Your priorities aren't what you say they are, they're where you spend your time and where you spend your money. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where your priorities are and how to realign them. The uncomfortable truth about your priorities. Your calendar and your bank statement don't lie. Every minute you spend $1 is a vote for your future. The question is, where are you spending that? Let's say you want to start a business, but you spend more time on coffee than going to conferences and learning, right? That's your behavior not matching what you say your priorities are. But your true priorities are determined by how you spend your time and how you spend your money. Time, your most honest mirror. Track your time for a week and see where it really goes. I think you'll be surprised. When I used to work in fitness, I would have people do that with their workouts. And what they say they do and what they actually end up doing is very different. Sometimes they'll say, no, I work out, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and then I run Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And then when you actually track those time blocks, you look at it and, well, they didn't Monday because they had a work meeting. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, their kids had things at school. So they actually look at what they said they do versus what they do. And it can be very different things. And there's all sorts of common time wasters. Doom scrolling through social media is one of the biggest. Worrying about things you can't control, another time waster. Gossiping about other people, that's another common waste of time. So we want to avoid those. Now, we want to understand that there's a difference between rest and wasting time. Actual, intentional rest recharges you. Wasting time actually drains you. So Sourena has a challenge for you. 1 hour every day is focused on your goal. 365 hours a year. That's the amount of time you'd put into it. What could you accomplish if you actually did that? Money, your silent priority tracker. Your bank statement is a report card of your priorities, right? Because a bank statement tells the truth. Here's a few scenarios to think about. You want to learn new skills, but you won't invest in courses. You want better health, but then you do spend money on too much fast food. You want financial freedom, but you're buying unnecessary things. You need to have a mindset shift in this area because every purchase is an investment or an impulse payment, right? And the impulse payment is not going to help move you forward. It's not going to help you accomplish your goals. But an investment, which is a thoughtful purchase and a thoughtful way of spending your money, that's the difference. So here's a reality check question from Sourena. Are you spending your money on who you want to become, or are you just spending when you're bored? Busyness versus productivity, the trap. We all have days where we feel like we were busy all day long, but when we reflect on it, we realize we're no closer to our goal than we were before, but we were busy. So the key is they don't equal each other, right? Being busy means you're using time, right? But it doesn't mean that you're productive because productive means you're doing something meaningful. You're getting results, right? So you want to focus on value, not just activity. And it's a trap because we feel good when we check things off a to-do list, when we're busy all day, when we feel like we've done a lot. But if that stuff doesn't result in you getting closer to your goals, then it's just busyness. It's not productivity, right? So you want to upgrade your priorities, work on mindset development, skill set improvement, building meaningful connections, right? Action over activity is something Sourena will always tell you. What if you put 30 minutes towards your goal every single day? That is so much more powerful than simply waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for the cavalry. Here's the hard truth. No one's coming to save you. You have to build your own future. Take responsibility. The only way to improve your life is to improve your approach to life. You've got to have that opportunity mindset. Every era has a unique opportunity, and today is no different. Before finding external opportunities, work on becoming a better version of yourself. Making the shift from wasting to investment. Every moment is an investment, so make sure it pays off. You've got to think of strategic reallocation, right? Replace that doom scrolling through social media with skill building. Replace worrying with planning. Replace gossiping with actual networking. You've got to have that service mindset. That's something that's very important, and Sourena talks about it all the time, right? That service mindset. Find ways to serve others, and then focus on your personal growth, right? Focus on personal skill and interpersonal development. So here's some practical steps to realign priorities. Do a time audit. Track your time for 7 days and then categorize those times, right? What are goal advancing? What was time wasting? Is there necessary rest? But look at all of those, right? And then identify those time drains, right? That way you know where you're truly spending your time. We all feel versus real is something we talk about all the time, right? I feel like I'm doing the right stuff, but then you do that time audit and you see what's really happening, right? So track your time for 7 days and then do a money audit. Review last month's spending. Ask, did these purchases move me towards my goals? Were they smart, right? And then look at how many of these purchases were based on your priorities versus how much was impulse and see what that balance is, right? But it's the 1% rule, right? Small weekly changes, just 1%, create massive improvements over time. The priority alignment test. Ask yourself this. If someone looked at my calendar, what would they say my priorities are? Really good question, huh? You'd probably be pretty surprised. Or if someone looked at my bank statement, what would they say I value, right? And when they see this, does that real data match what I say my priorities are, right? Because again, your calendar and your bank statement are going to tell you what your priorities really are. So given that, take this action step. Align one daily habit and one financial decision to your true goals. And stop saying, I don't have time or I can't afford it. Just be honest about your choices. Your real priorities aren't in your head. They're in your habits. Time and money don't lie, right? So here's the challenge. We want you to comment below. What is one thing you'll stop spending your time and money on because it's just not matching your priorities? And on the flip side, also, what's one thing you're going to start investing in? Something you know is an investment into your future. You're always only one decision away from a different life. So start today. Stop voting against your dreams and start voting for your future.